On today's episode, what to expect when you're a 9-to-5 misfit. Dang it. Heyo, it's the 9-to-5 Misfits back again to help you crush unemployment and find success on your own terms, baby. As Desi, there's always a prescribed path. You get a degree, usually STEM or business related. You get this amazing job out of school that's usually lucrative. You buy a house, you get married, you have kids, and all that good stuff. And what if that 9-to-5 lifestyle is not for you? Maybe you want to do something creative or entrepreneurial. What are the risks and rewards of going into something like that? Ooh, glad you asked.
Number 1, discomfort. I'm not saying that being a doctor, engineer, or investment banker is smooth sailing. But when you're going the non-traditional route, it's like a whole nother level of discomfort and uncertainty that you have to get used to. So Noah Kagan from AppSumo talks about just going into a coffee shop and asking for a 10% discount for no reason. That's one way.
Number 2, financial uncertainty. If you're doing anything that requires you to go and find clients, be prepared for that non-steady paycheck, baby. Think about how you'll manage your finances, because boy, it's gonna fluctuate. During slow periods, you may want to consider a side gig. And when you do get that big fat paycheck, don't go crazy and spend it all, because you probably gotta save for those rainy days, because we have a lot of those.
Number 3, time management. As a misfit, you most likely will have to set your own schedule, and that is super hard, especially if you're not disciplined or good at time management. There are a lot of productivity or time management apps out there, but you'll have to experiment to figure out what's right for you. If you're a solopreneur, get an accountability buddy. One thing we do is a 6:30 a.m. call every day to check. I know it's the worst. We get to check in, go over our calendar, talk about any issues, and that way we know exactly how to attack our day.
Number 4, lack of resources. When you're employed with a company, you never even realize it, but you have free access to basic equipment and software that you need for the job. But when you're an entrepreneur or freelancer, you may have to set aside a budget for those. You could get creative, whether it's renting equipment or doing research online. Best thing to do is to check influencers in your field. They'll tell you everything, what to use, where to find it, and even give you discount codes.
Number 5, lack of people. When you work for yourself or you work from home, you don't have access to basic human interaction.
There were days when I would just talk to Tuko about politics and no one would reply.
You don't get to shoot the breeze or talk about important things happening with your company or industry. Best solution to finding some like-minded people is go to a co-working space or go to a coffee shop where you know a lot of regulars come to work remotely, or attend meetups or networking groups with people in your industry. If that seems like too many people, just co-work with 1 or 2 friends. Just rotate among your houses.
Number 6, lack of mentorship or guidance. This is especially true for Desis. If you're a misfit, there's very few people in your community that you could turn to for career advice. Because in general, people are just not open about being different. So you'll have to get extra creative to seek out not only mentors on your own, but also teach yourself some stuff. Be curious AF. Research all those people that are on the top of their game through podcasts, articles, blogs, videos, because they could be your future advisors. Reach out to them, ask questions, be persistent, baby. You just gotta be a sponge and soak it all in.
Number 7, lack of support. In the Desi community, there's a very specific definition of success. Anything that falls outside of that realm, people just don't understand. So they won't share in your successes because they just won't get that your product launch or website release is a huge deal. And they sure as hell won't understand how to help you through your failures in a constructive way. We're not telling you this to hate on your family and friends.
We're not.
But just to prepare you to be more self-reliant and not depend on external validation, because that is not gonna happen, at least for a while. But that's exactly why we're here, to create this 9-to-5 misfit community that'll be your cheerleader, baby.
Number 8, the feels. Having done this for a year now, we can tell you that this is an emotional roller coaster, baby. First of all, you have to have thick skin and go all F that low kya kahenge BS. Remember, failure is a part and parcel of your journey, so be prepared for it. If you're going through a slump, it's very important to have an outlet for your negative emotions. Do whatever it takes to be in the right headspace, baby. Whether it's a support group, seeking therapy, or going away for a few days to disconnect.
Alright guys, I hope you didn't come away from this episode being like, thanks for killing my spirit. We just want to present the truth because it's stuff that we wish we had been told so that we would have been better prepared. So what do you think? Do you agree with what we had to say? Did you experience any of this yourself, or did you learn anything new today? Let us know in the comments below. Tune in on Thursday for our Getting Real segment, and we'll see you next Tuesday with a brand new 5-minute hack. Bye!